Today I wanted to do a quick video on knives that offer some kind of assisted opening. So I've got three different knives here. They're all very different in how they open, and I thought I'd just talk about them and maybe what I found to be the pluses and minuses of each type. So the first one here is a knife by Kershaw, and I'll put the particular model number on the screen. And it's got the conventional thumb tab right here, and to open it you just place your thumb against it and flick it open. It's really smooth, really nice. That's why this knife is so popular. It's just very easy to use. The things about it I don't like are the tab here that you press against with your thumb. While it works great, it has a lot of traction to it. If I stow the knife in my pocket, I can end up scratching my hand on that little nub there. Now probably a little bit of filing would take care of that, but that's one thing I don't like. And the other is that because it's under spring tension, even right as it starts to open, I've had it open a few times in my pocket, and I've stuck my hand down in my pocket and found my knife to be partially open like that. And as you can imagine, that's troubling. I always worry about sticking my hand down there and cutting my hand. So while I really like this knife probably the best in terms of the opening mechanism, I don't carry it because I worry a little bit about it opening in my pocket. Now I will say somebody else wrote and they said they've never had that problem, but they stow it with the blade the other direction. So you can take the clip off and move it to the other end here, and certainly do that. And maybe that solves the problem if you stow it this way instead of the way I do, which is with the blade tip down. Anyway, that's a great knife. That one uses the conventional thumb opening. The second one is a spring assist knife. This one's by Benchmade, and the spring tries to keep it closed when it's closed, and then it tries to help you open it once it gets past a certain point. So it's sort of the best of both worlds for a spring. It keeps it safe in your pocket so it doesn't accidentally come open. But then once you commit to opening it, it helps you finish opening it up. Now the only thing is with these lightweight ones like this, where you're working with the spring, you have to overcome that spring tension to get it open. And some people have trouble with that when they're first learning to use it. They'll try and just flick it with their thumb and it may not fully open. So what I've found is that you have to give it kind of a little wrist flick, like so, to get it to open. And if you practice doing that, it's very intuitive and easy to do, like so. But the first time you try, you might, if you're just using your thumb, you might get it where it doesn't seem to want to open for you. And again, it's just really more of a flick with the wrist included in with the thumb. Not hard to do, you just have to practice it. So that's that type, and this is really a great knife. This particular one is a lightweight knife I carry all the time. It's just nice to have a sharp edge with you sometimes, and this one doesn't take much weight or anything like that. So a really great knife by Benchmade. Just take some practice getting used to opening it. And then finally, the third type is a conventional flipper knife. This one's by Zero Tolerance. It's a titanium knife. And I carry this one like when I'm wearing jeans. It's a really great, hefty knife. The opening mechanism is just a traditional flipper tab, which is on the back of the blade. And it has a ball bearing interface here so that it opens very smoothly, which is important for flipper tabs. And so all you do is you put your finger on the flipper tab and flip it open. Very simple, very easy to do. And a good quality knife doesn't take all that much effort to open because again, those ball bearings help it open very smoothly. So it's nice. You'll see sometimes people with some knives that are a little stickier, they'll give it a little bit of a flip, and that's fine too. Of the three, it's probably the easiest to use. The flipper tabs are just intuitive. You just push them down with your finger. And so it's probably the easiest to use, and it's still relatively safe. I've never had this one open. It's got a locking position where it stays stowed. So it seems safe and seems easy to use. So I like the Zero Tolerance knife, and in general I like these flipper tabs. I think they're very practical to use. So three different knives, three totally different methods. The most fun to open is probably this Kershaw. There's just something addictive about working with it. The ones that, these take the most practice, I think, to learn to overcome the spring tension. And then these flippers are probably the most intuitive of all of the knives, these assisted opening knives. So anyway, feel free to post your comments, or maybe better yet, just post a link or description of your favorite everyday carry knife.